Kirby. I want to ask you about the Chinese hacking campaign that affected Secretary Raimondo, among others. Do you have an update on how much damage may have been caused by this hack, what information was taken, and also what does this episode tell you about the Chinese's ambitions and capabilities with regard to spying?
Okay, there's a lot there. So just let me set it up here. It's important to remember what this was. It was an intrusion into Microsoft Cloud services on an unclassified level. And this intrusion allowed the hackers to get access to some email traffic, particularly that is the main concern here of various government officials and agencies. The reason Microsoft knew about it was because we told them about it. We found it and alerted them to that. And in so doing, we also took steps immediately to minimize any further impact by this intrusion and to close down any additional vulnerabilities. We're going to continue to evaluate the cyberspace environment in the wake of this to make sure that those fixes are in fact doing the job that we expected them to do, and that we're still protecting our vulnerabilities through cloud services and through unclassified email. So we're mindful of this. I think it's important to remember that our systems get attacked and we're fending off intrusions every day. I mean, from a variety of state and non-state actors. Cyber resilience and cyber security is a paramount concern for the president. You know, we've just recently released a brand new cyber security strategy for the country, and certainly for the government, that we think will have a positive impact on our ability to operate much more effectively and much more safely in that space. Now, as for the attribution, we're not in a position right now, and I don't have an update for you on the investigation to give. We're not in a position to independently verify attribution, but we have seen nothing that would cause us to dispute Microsoft's finding that it was a hacking group out of the PRC.
So you just said that you fend off these attacks every day, but in this case, you didn't fend it off, and all the things you talked about were reactive, not proactive. So are you doing enough to proactively prevent the Chinese or another government from gaining access into our, government emams?
We work at it every single day. Does that mean that you can prevent every single attack of every single nature? No. I mean, unfortunately, sometimes they get through, but it's not for lack of trying. And this isn't the kind of thing that you fix and walk away from. It's the cybersecurity is something you got to stay on top of every single day, because the environment literally changes, sometimes by the hour. So, I mean, I think everybody understands that. It's something we're working at very, very hard.
John, the Treasury Secretary said of the hacking attack that she has concerns. The U.S. has expressed those concerns to China, but nevertheless, we intend to deepen our discussions with China and increase our engagement. Doesn't that send the message to China that they can keep getting away with this?
No, the message it sends is that the way you handle tensions, the way you deal with disagreements, the way you best deal with issues like this, assuming it's I'm not in a position to attribute this, but assuming this is a PRC hacking group, is engagement, is being able to have candid, forthright conversations and hold each other accountable for behavior as appropriate. Let's not get ahead of the investigation. FBI is still working on it. I don't think we should get ahead of that. And if there needs to be, as Jake said yesterday, if there needs to be accountability, then we'll execute accountability. But that doesn't mean, even if it is a hacking group from the PRC, it doesn't mean that you torpedo an entire bilateral relationship, the most consequential in the world, militarily, economically, politically, because of one act. You deal with it, you hold people accountable as appropriate, but you still got to work on making sure this relationship, this competition, and it is a competition, Jackie, is handled responsibly.
Why is it an if there needs to be accountability, though? Shouldn't someone be held accountable for hacking cabinet-level officials in this administration?
Of course. My answer to that was if it's, in fact, a PRC hacking group, and that was the context of the question. But yes, of course.
Was Gina Raimondo the highest level official to be hacked? Was she the only cabinet level official?
Secretary Raimondo?
Yeah.
As far as I know, yes, but again, I don't want to get ahead of an investigation.